I imagine the Covenant don't feed you too well.
It depends on the day. Sometimes they do if they need to keep up morale, so we do what they want. We can get a good meal if we've won a fight.
Did Vorsa ever do that for you?
Not once since we moved into his unit. He hates the Angoi, thinks we're cowardly and weak. Lots of Sengeli treat us like that. Depending on who we're with, they have different ways of motivating us to fight. Some try to boost us up with words and food and recreation. Most just intimidate us or beat us down.
I'm surprised you haven't all just turned on them if that's the case.
It's not so simple. As hard as it is to understand, a lot of my people are grateful to the Covenant.
Why would anyone be grateful for the way they treated you? At best, you're practically second-class citizens.
It used to be a lot worse. When we were brought into the Covenant, my people were still suffering from a massive catastrophe.
Vorsa suggested as much. It was some kind of ecological calamity, correct?
Yes. Long ago, there was some kind of environmental collapse on Bahalo that sent us back into the Dark Ages. We believe it was from over-industrialization. The planet is still recovering from it. Most of it is a ball of ice, and the parts that aren't are tidal flats with pillars of fire. It's not pretty, but it's home.
I assume it was easy for the Covenant to take control of you in that environment.
We didn't even put up a fight. But joining them did save us from extinction. Since we've joined the Covenant, our birth rates have increased. Deaths during our 2 winters on Bahalo have decreased, as has infant mortality. We don't have to put our elders to death anymore, and if you're not in the military, your average life expectancy has doubled.
And the only price you've paid for it all is your freedom.
We tried to rebel a few times. The best we could manage the first time was to earn the forgiveness of the Sengeli for our transgression. Finally, in the end, we were allowed to use guns, but that's about it.
I assume the Sengeli weren't so forgiving the other times your people tried.
Not really, no. The Sengeli believe it is an insult to their previous mercy, if you will. There's always some kind of disobedience every now and again. A small little secessionist plot that gets put down. Brutally. I guess in a way that I'm the 17th attempt. I'm doing better than they did. At least I'm still alive.
So, why aren't there more like you? And why did you leave?
I couldn't live like that anymore. Every day got worse and worse. All they told us was just keep fighting and you'll get to paradise. I used to believe that. But if we are all equal in the afterlife, how come we're treated like dirt before we get there? It's another lie. It was all lies. I was fooling myself, fighting a war I didn't understand or want for an empty promise. I wanted to die for so long just to get there, and it would have been a waste. Now all I want to do is to try to live. Actually live.
Is that why your friends back in Charlin? They wanted it to be over?
It was really the only freedom they felt they had left. I thank you for showing me another option.
If it helps any, I wish they'd seen things the way you do now as well. I would have loved to have had them aboard.